Hey guys, it's Jay. Welcome back to the channel. We are the Titans Talking Toys. I'm here with my good friend Danny Green.
Hola,
What's going on, brother? How you doing
hola,
tonight?
people. I'm getting
Thanks.
yourself.
Not too bad, not too bad. Apparently, it's a long weekend for us Canadians here. Did you know that?
Funny. I'm working all weekend.
How
Go
was
enjoy
that?
it.
Is it time and a half? What's
No,
going on
no,
there?
it's business.
This is
No
true.
pleasure.
This is true. This is not untrue. We're a lot of things happening. A lot of things going on in our own personal lives. Oh shoot, that's not right. In our own personal lives, but at the same time, in the toy world, Danny, things are ever evolving and moving quickly. What's happening in Titan Toys? Any new arrivals, things that are happening around Titan.
Well, yeah, things are busy as usual. We're getting a lot of McFarlane stuff coming in, so
He's
that's kind
giving
of
it
cool.
the last stand of McFarlane Toys with a lot of the DC multiverse. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's a multiverse. People are after the Chase figures. I think there's like a Two
Ah,
Face and I forgot what the other guy's name is, but anyways, yeah, people are after those chases. So
and the did those Supergirls ever show up, or is that still like the missing
no,
truck?
yeah, that's MIA.
The the
MIA.
miss the missing truck. This is something that's going to be debated and much maligned for years to come, Daddy. For
I'm
years to
sure
come.
someone's gonna pop up or
Do you think it's going to
you
pop
know.
up? I think it is completely gone. I think that I didn't know this, Danny, but did you know we discovered this actually last year around the time of San Diego Comic Con. Did you know that if a truck is damaged in any way, transport truck in any way, and the load somehow spills onto the road, it is considered a complete write-off. Like they will not recover
Yeah,
it. The transfer company will not attempt to recover it. Nobody will attempt to salvage any of that
yeah.
any of
That's when
those wares.
insurance kicks in.
Yes, insurance kicks in. They will not cover
Right.
anything. And 9 times out of 10, if anything is salvageable, a salvage company comes in and auctions it off.
Oh
Did you
yeah,
did you
I'm
did you
not
know that, Danny?
surprised. Yeah, I've
That
heard something like
is
that.
that is crazy. That is crazy. And that actually, believe it or not, is how some contraband like leaks, like exclusives sometimes leak onto the internet and get onto eBay sites and whatnot sites,
They
and
fall off trucks.
they do fall off trucks. It is the literal
Right.
definition of falling off a truck, Danny. We and you know what, Danny, you and I may or may not have been subject to that. I think once upon a time, we may have actually gone somewhere to pick up something that fell off a truck. You never know, Danny.
Oh yeah, that's true. We don't ask questions.
We don't ask questions. We don't say.
Is
Did
it
you?
sealed or not sealed?
Is
That's
it?
all that matters.
Is it mint in box? Has it been damaged by water or by the elements? I think those are the biggest questions that we have as actual collectors. But it's going to be interesting, and we have a lot to talk about today, Danny. God, I'm tired of talking about this. I am super tired about
Tired
talking
of
about
hearing
this,
about it.
but we have to, Danny. It directly affects us as collectors. It directly affects so many different people in their lives and everything like that. These terrible tariffs just continue to be top of mind for all toy collectors, for all collectors around the world, and for people in general. Um, things have, and you know what? It keeps moving. It is such a evolving situation. I mean, it's anywhere from like 10% to 30% to 50% to 100% to 120 to 130 to 145, and then all of a sudden, within one day, it drops all the way down to 30. Danny, what is like? You are sick and tired of it. You are, but overall, what like you were telling me something earlier that you're not really are you actually seeing the effects at all? Or, or is it
Yeah.
something?
Like sometimes.
What's your take on this?
So we see it on our end. Minimal. It's not like crazy heavy in terms of like when we're shipping to the U.S.
Okay, yep.
Sometimes the rates change because of where the stuff is manufactured. So
That seems to be the big issue right now.
the minute you put in China or whatnot, it triggers
Yeah, some
increase.
some red flag on some
Yeah.
agency to do
So-
something about it.
But you just gotta like in this case, I find you gotta shop around for shipping, right?
Okay.
Just there's more than one carrier, right? So
Which is going to be
So-
very specific to Canadians very, very soon, Danny, as in less than 5 days, we may be facing another postal strike. Am I correct? Is that actually?
Yeah, apparently it's in the works. So,
This is terrible. In a time where we really need shipments to come to our door, right? This has become a major factor in the overall system.
It's so funny how it's one thing after the other, guys, right?
Yeah, they just keep knocking us when we're down.
It almost feels purposeful, but what do I know, right? Anyways,
you know what? Just to talk about that little conspiracy there. There's always the it is a conspiracy. I mean, there's no concrete proof, right? Mm-hmm. So when you talk about these things that has to be talked in, hypothetical, right? That's all we can do for now until we actually get some sort of concrete proof. And that doesn't happen until like decades later, right? Redactions and things like that. I mean, some files have actually been opened recently by the United States.
Yeah, the X-Files.
There's a lot of things that are happening right now, but there is a theory. I'll put it that way. It's not. Let's not say conspiracy. Let's say that there's a theory that this is all being done on purpose, right? That there's a method behind the madness, right? And I've been saying this for a long time, that it's easy to try and blame just one person. Everyone can easily just put the blame on one person. As a matter of fact, that's actually part of the whole idea, that if you put it on one person, the system as a whole can survive. Do you know what I mean? Because there's always talk about bringing down the system, right? That the system is not fair to we the people and everything like that. But if you're able to just blame one individual for all the problems and all the chaos that's happening, it really does actually become, as I said earlier when you and I were talking, a single pariah who can be sacrificed later on, and then the system survives. So if there is indeed something going on, maybe that actually is part of the issue. Maybe there is just this entire big game that's being played. We call it 4D chess. You know what I mean? Like
there you go, 100%.
Like there's a lot of things happening in
I believe in that truth. It's this shit's deeper than we know. So all good, man. What are you gonna do?
Oh, well, we're gonna find out, because companies are reacting to what's actually happening with the tariff situation. A lot of toy companies specifically. That's what I wanted to talk about today. Hasbro, Mattel, Super 7, Diamond Distributing. All of these companies are affected in some way. Some by their own merits, major issues with some just absolute moronic types of attitudes, and some things which are really affecting not only the employees of certain companies, but also how it reaches us as a consumer and what we are expected to do going forward. But before we dive deep into that, I did want to say hi to everybody who's in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us this afternoon. We did start a little bit late, but of course, technical difficulties as always. The Nerd Alert, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? What up, guys? Going live at work. I love it. It's always good. Thank you for tuning in. The Titan, of course, is in the chat. Good to see you, Titan. Hail to the Titanic Tag Team Champions. Are we Tag Team Champions on Danny? We are tag. We are on it. Look what it is, Danny. It is our good friend, Kyle Jansen.
Kyle, what up, bro?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I got a Spider-Man for you.
Ooh. Kyle's in.
He just got that figure. Anyways, yeah.
Kyle's in luck.
Lucky guy.
Hashtag artists returns. The artist returns. What's going on? The artist returns. Damn that Trump messing up our collective dreams. Again, it's easier to blame just one person, but again, it might just be part of the game. You never know.
I think people have to negotiate with him. Be like, listen, man, we'll make you a figure. How about that? You can make a few bucks. Just leave our shit alone. We'll make figures of you and soft goods and everything, right?
Danny's got a point, actually.
Let me chat with him.
Maybe that'll calm him down. You never know. But there actually is a Kickstarter right now for a parody Trump action figure. I think.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's mocking him, just like everything else. They're these effigies of Trump. And
I'm curious to know how far
it's gone.
Yeah.
You know what? Why don't you bring it up? Well, maybe we'll have a look at it. We'll see what's happening.
Let's piss everybody off. Yes, that's the idea.
No, the artist said they're running for my Mayfex knockoff collection. Ooh, sorry, they are ruining my Mayfex knockoff collection.
Right, agree. CT Toys, no.
Oh my gosh, Danny's all in on that. Virgo, cool. Oh, Rough Shot Stocks in the house. What's going on, Virgo? Good to see you. We hope to see you next month. It's going to be good. The first half of the Rush Shot Stocks. Always good to see Virgo Cool. Thanks for dropping by. Shay's in the house, Danny.
Yo, what up, Shay?
It's all good, brother.
Yeah, appreciate it.
The Hamilton crew is in the house. Good to see you, boys.
Thank you.
Always great to see the Hamilton crew. Virgo Ghoul, good afternoon, chat. Yes, good afternoon to the Rush Shot Stocks, the Nerd Alert. Hey, how bad is the new Hasbro Pulse? I like the older version better. You know what? I tend to agree. I don't know if it's growing pains. I don't know if it's just learning the system, Danny. But I'm not a fan of the new interface for Hasbro Pulse. It's all over the place. Like, what do you think? Did you order a lot from Hasbro Pulse, or was it?
There was a time, right? But I'm on it right now, and yeah, nothing crazy about it. But since being Italian, I don't really have to order from them.
Some of the perks of the job.
Yeah,
some of the perks of the job. And of course, we do want to thank our good friends over at Titan Toys for sponsoring this episode. We're going to get to their sponsor segment in a bit. The Titan with Kazakhstan. Good one. With the Kazakhstan postal strike, I'll have to meet you guys at the border for my orders. This is probably not untrue, but of course, Titan has been a huge supporter of Titan Toys, so thank you, brother. Really appreciate it. But we will get it to you by hook or by crook, right, Danny? Somehow we will get it to you. We will figure it out.
Is it a drone or something? No. I don't know.
Drone strike. You want to do a drone strike on the Titan? No, Danny will walk it across if he has to. Man. It's going to happen.
Just for you, bro.
Virgo, cool. Let's see how these tariffs will affect Joe Fest vendors. Yeah. Yep.
You know, this is the thing that I was thinking about, like shows, like, because you go to shows in the States and here, all the vendors are going to get affected by this shit, right?
For sure.
Like, what is it going to look like at shows? Is it, we're going to have less things or less vendors or more things or just different things?
No, it's gonna be as always. But I think what's probably going to happen is we're going to see a lot of older inventory come into the fray. We're going to see some more expensive items show up because, as you said, things are starting to clear out, which you were surprised at clearing out, like some of the bigger pieces, right?
Yeah, some of the stuff is
so a lot of people are gonna invest their money in other things, in other areas. I think that's going to be the bigger thing. But I think what's going to happen is you're also going to see a little bit higher prices. I think people are going to put the tariff tax, which is terrible, right? And it is like on certain items, right? Like a really good example of that, I think, is Trypticon. Right, Trypticon is after he landed, depending on what date he landed at, it was kind of crazy because Hasbro had it at a certain date and every other retailer had it at another date. So we're going to see some finagling going on with Trypticon. Snell's World. Show Zed is being the GOAT for the Transformers, for the realm of Transformers. Yes,
agreed.
It's one of the best. One of the best. But
we got all the good stuff.
The problem is trying to get to ship it now. You have to reroute through Canada or something. I don't know, something like that. But always great to see Snell's World. Met him at Atlanta, which was awesome.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
yeah, it was awesome meeting Snell's World. Yeah. He's got an epic. By the way, if anybody doesn't know, Snell's World has an epic Transformers collection. Just absolutely epic. Have you seen it, Danny? It's incredible. Gojira Jenkins, what's going on, brother? Trump is saving the economy long term. Okay. Every AI will tell you the U.S. economy is heading for default by 2047. That means wages plummet, the prices skyrocket, and this model is based on a no Taiwan war. That is an interesting statement. I don't know much about politics. I don't know much about how that's working. All I really know is that our food prices are up the roof. Our freaking gas prices is up the roof. Luckily, Canadians got a small reprieve from that, but it's going to go back up regardless. Our housing costs is up the roof. I know this personally because I'm searching for a home right now, and everything, especially now, even toys are going to go through the roof. And out of everything, unfortunately, and I will say this, toys are luxuries. Everything else you need to live on, but it's just kind of crazy what's happening right now in the world, Danny. Cobra Emperor 6, G.I. Joe O-Ring Collector Delta 17. Well, I hope there's not another postal strike, dude. It's something. Danny, I don't know. Are you looking for a Hail Mary in the next 6 days, 5 days?
We're just trying to get everything out before it happens, and then see what ends up on the other end.
I was thinking about a negotiation in the next 5 days. If they actually.
Oh yeah, of course we want that, right? Yeah, and it makes sense to do that. But if not, definitely it's gonna hurt a few vendors and businesses, right?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. But the new administration, I don't know if they have time to actually sit down and figure this one out, but we'll see what happens. MIS1, hello.
Hola.
What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Cobra Emperor, because it's clearly about rising prices. Yes, 100%. It is clearly about rising prices. Sorry, I'm just going to grab a quick swig. Laser Pants in the house. What's going on, Laser Pants?
What up, Laser Pants?
What's going on, Ryan?
Appreciate it,
What are you up to, brother? When I become Emperor of Canada, I vow to end the postal strike once and for all. We can count on Laser Pants to come and save us, guys. If you haven't already, guys, please subscribe to Laser Pants and of course the 308 podcast. Always happy to see these guys. They're always rocking it out. And thank you, Ryan. Always good to see you, brother. Laser Pants, everybody. Cobra Emperor. Everything goes through the postal office, so that would be a delayed packaging and mail. Correct. Absolutely. Skyfall. All hail Laser Pants. Let us start to take over. Oh no, we're in trouble now, Danny.
I'm gonna open the door. Like, here, come on in, guys. I'm with you.
If Laser Pants takes over, we're in trouble. Because we'll have free everything, dude. It'll be a free toys for everybody.
At least a barter system, like, you know, I'll help you, you help me.
Sure, the oldest trade in the book, Danny. We're just favors, just absolute Excel favors.
Trade. Anyways.
Rapper. That's a little horrible if there's another strike, because then it will last for months and months and months again. I don't think it'll last that long. We just can't afford it. They're going to figure something out. Meg, what's going on? Good to see you. Always good to see Meg in the house. Danny's here too. Cobra Emperor. The news said food prices are going way up.
Just eat less. What else do? Just eat less, guys.
Just give me some cup noodles. I'm good. Who needs, like, I'm not worried about scurvy. It's okay. I'm gonna get, like,
as long as you can get that next figure.
Cup noodles and oranges. I'm good. I am good. Nerd alert. Laser, you on later tonight? Of course he is. Right there. Tomorrow night, everybody. Guys, tune in to the 308 podcast with Laser Pants and the crew. They're doing some great stuff. Probably gonna have some amazing guests. Alejandro Valdez, what's going on, brother?
Hola,
good to see you, Alejandro. Hype. Laser Pants, the people of the Canistan need you to Canistan. He's making Canistan.
You just make, I get
consistency, dude. Come on, keep it consistent. They're taking our free money to buy toys.
No,
we wish. Frankie Rivera's in the house. What's going on, Frankie?
I think nobody's winning.
And Psycho Mantis, why don't you guys move on together? You guys will have a great time talking about toys, etc. Match made in heaven. It's hard when somebody has a significant other. That would be very difficult. I'm gonna walk in on a cuddling session. Not a good idea. So no, I'm not. Unfortunately, Danny and I cannot move in together.
Oh, he's talking about me and you?
Yeah, he's talking about us. Who else are we talking about?
Oh man, I'd go to jail.
Murdered me in my sleep. Absolutely
I'd go to
strangled me in my sleep. This guy, he would not.
Well, if there was no choice, okay. Fine.
You know why he's saying it? He wants my freaking toys. That's what.
I'll take your toys.
He
And
wants
you
all
can
my toys.
stay on the balcony.
He wants all my toys, and he's gonna see all my toys this weekend. So that's gonna be crazy. Ryan and the raw dogs tomorrow. IRC, correct. That is what Laser Pants is in the house. Always good to see Laser Pants. All right, guys, let's get to the unfortunate news at hand, because this is something that I don't think any of us really want, but we really have very little choice in the matter.
We're sounding like CTV or CBC or.
Are we towing the line, Danny? Is that
It's like on the news today. Crap.
we're
Negative shit.
That's the real problem. It is mostly negative.
Anyways, I'm just kidding.
I'm
so tired. I'm tired of hearing this shit. That's all.
Really?
I'm so tired.
Is he really? We don't know. Danny,
positive vibes.
According to our good friends over at Toy Arc News, toyarc.com, a wonderful news resource for action figures all year round. Give them a like and a follow, guys. Tell them Jay sent you. And Jay and Danny, the Titans Talking Toys.
See?
Diamond is, they just can't stay out of trouble, Danny.
I don't know.
Diamond cannot stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
So last time we checked in with Diamond, they had been sold to Universal, and we thought that was a done deal. But then there was a back door. They like the back door, Danny. They've been trying to get back there for the whole time.
Wow.
They tried to do a backdoor deal with Ad Populum and another. It's escaping me right now, but they were trying to do a backdoor deal with them as a preferred
owner. It says.
Yes, as a preferred owner, and that went sideways. They were sued. The whole thing was actually dropped, and now they're back with Ad Populum again. Like it's this huge soap opera drama of just massive mistakes and just idiocracy. It's just absolutely crazy. I wanted to do a quick update on this because, according to BleedingCool.com, Diamond Distributors sale will be finalized, and it was supposed to be yesterday. It was supposed to be 2 days ago on May 14th. And here are some of the details of the actual freaking sale. It's taken long enough, Danny, and our good friends over at Animal Wars of the Kingdom, Spiro Toys, have been on bated breath trying to figure out what's going on because they actually have much of their inventory for their comic books is stuck at Diamond.
Really?
Yes, they. I don't know for those of you guys who did not know yet. Animal Wars of the Kingdom got distribution through Diamond for the first time last year. And they started shipping many of their back issues, issue number 1 through issue number, I believe 6 or 7. And they started distribution with Diamond, which is huge because before it was just a Kickstarted comic book, right? Very much self-distribution. So now with this new news, hopefully they'll be able to finally get that stress off their backs because this is something which people have been wondering for a while. The Diamond Comic Distributor sale will be finalized tomorrow, which was a couple of days ago. According to this, there will be a couple of details here. Diamond Comic Distributor sale at Populum and Alliance. That's what Alliance gave me. That's what it was. To Universal closes tomorrow in Baltimore. Alliance Entertainment was a top bidder and Alliance Entertainment's top bid was dropped, sparking a lawsuit and a twist in the Diamond bankruptcy saga. So that was what I was explaining. The fate of the Diamond UK Preview World, Free Comic Book Day, and more remains uncertain after the sale. That would be terrible if they stop the free comic book program, because that really gets people into stores for many of the retailers, and it really is one of those very much celebrated days ever since Diamond started introducing that program. I think it really did boost sales in the overall market. By the way, I'm suffering from allergies, guys, so apologies ahead of time. Years of lawsuits, bankruptcy, and high-stakes auctions set the stage in a pivotal moment for comics distribution. This is just absolutely crazy, but let's go through a bit of a bullet point aspect of what's been actually going on with this whole situation. So on the announcement of Chapter 11 on January 14th, Diamond started a 13-week bankruptcy process run by financial firm Raymond James, and that was the start of the whole situation. Those assets included Diamond Comics, Alliance Gaming Distribution, Diamond Select Toys, oh my gosh, CGA, and Diamond UK. That's a lot of properties. The Diamond is very far-reaching, Danny, but imagine Diamond Select Toys going to win the dodo. Can you imagine that, Danny? Or being absorbed by some other company? That would have been freaking crazy. Universal Distribution was named the stake horse bidder for Alliance Games and Diamond UK, which was required to a purchase commitment of $39 million, but with a certain discount and privileges for taking that position. The auction took place and went in late. There was a food and breakfast billed for. What the heck?
Wow. Throw that in there for sure. That's important.
Why not? It's important for these auctions. And Alliance Entertainment, or AE&T, was named the top bidder for the assets for $72,245,000, though not for Diamond UK. This was widely announced, including by Diamond themselves. But then there was a joint bid by Universal and Ad Populum, which is where we are right now, that came in second and was named as a backup bid. With a winning bid of $69,130,000, with Universal getting Alliance and Diamond UK and Ad Populum getting Diamond Comics, Diamond Select Toys, and everything else. Basically,
this is like an eBay bidding.
I know,
like
right?
That's what it sounds like. Like you got that guy at the end. What did they? The sniper.
It was the last sniper bid.
They
Yes. They slapped Diamond. Oh my god! Ad Populum and Alliance tried to do a snipe bid. That was
Here we're crying about figures, and you guys talk about 72 million like it's candy, like nothing, like oh. Anyway.
But to them it is, and that's actually that's actually, believe it or not, I believe that's actually on the low end. I think that Diamond's assets were in the billions. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty crazy.
It's like a sale price. Like
no, that's what they are. They wanted the lowest possible price. According with the Honorable Judge Rice in Courtroom D, bankruptcy court for the Maryland was intended to ensure that the legality of the bid and the process. And this is where things took a turn for the worst. Instead, over that weekend, the debtors declared that they had chosen the backup bid from Universal and Ad Populum instead of AENT, despite ENT having a bid more. No reason was given. They literally tried to sabotage this whole freaking process and give it to Ad Populum. This is insane. And then, of course, what happened? Of course, they signed they put them in a lawsuit. Why? I would do it, wouldn't you, Danny? If you won the bid for that low, wouldn't you? Like, oh my god, just a mess. I'm gonna skip a little bit here because it was a bit of a thing. Anyway, everything went like the whole situation went through, but they were announced that they were the higher bid and to withdraw their lawsuit. So basically, it was supposed to go there. AT has terminated their winning bid and purchase. They basically got pissed off and said, "Screw you guys, we're not doing this anymore." Universal and Ad Populum were back in the running. Diamond declares business as usual as the courts threatened Chapter 7 to overtake the paperwork.
Yeah.
A&T sued Diamond claiming fraud. Dude, this is a huge mess. Just an absolute, like, what the heck?
Is this all taking place in a room or something?
I want to see. You know what? I want to see like a drama made out of this.
Like
I want to see the Diamond distribution drama. You know, like they do the Steve Jobs story. You know what I mean? All these different histories, things. This seems like a great story. It's got sex, it's got scandal, it's got backdoor deals, it's got backstabbing, it's got everything, man. This is awesome. I want to see this movie. Diamond says all is in hand and went back to court, wanting to be owned by Universal and Ad Populum. The final sale to Diamond to Universal and Ad Populum was finally approved by the courts a couple of weeks ago. Through Ad Populum, though Ad Populum paid more than what we thought. So originally their bid was $69 million. They probably paid a hell of a lot more now. Because of all those stupid costs and everything that they had to do. What a crap fest. What an absolute crap fest. Podcast blamed credit with the current state of affairs. Diamond tells Skyrush to stop claiming that they won the CGA. And as part of the filings, Diamond will release details for every comics. That's crazy. Oh my god, dude. Do you see that? This is the one that's been the biggest thing right now. Diamond is going to release details of every comic book store that they're associated with to the public.
But what's the point of that?
Well, dude,
is it sabotage or something?
No, it's actually. I think it was actually one of the requirements.
As part of filing.
As part of the filings. This is crazy. And you know that does raise us. I guess they are all public companies, so it doesn't really matter at that point, right? But imagine let's say you wanted to solicit. Here's an idea. Let's say you wanted to solicit to as many comic book companies within your state. There's an open book right now. You can literally just go and find every single one in this list. Because what you normally had to do was there was something called comic book store locator, and it would give you a certain range of stores with a certain radius, but it would only go 60 miles, 70 miles. It would only go a certain distance. Now you can easily just do a quick search on this gigantic spreadsheet.
Yeah,
and you're pretty much done. Wow. Much of the power of Diamond seems to have gone the way of the dodo, and I wanted to thank Bleeding Cool for this summary. This article was actually written by Rich Johnson over at Bleeding Cool. Thoughts, Danny? Thoughts on this drama, this movie? I want to see this movie. I think this movie's going to be great.
Isn't there enough bullshit going on? The tariffs now. These guys, they're fighting and shit over a fucking bullshit company, right? But there's lots going on there, definitely, right?
I think it is important to recognize, though, that
for sure.
Diamond is, at one point was one of the largest distributors of not only comic books and toys, within the United States.
I think most comic book shops deal with Diamond.
Yes, 100%.
For the most part, right?
Absolutely. If not all of them. Right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Right, they had a monopoly on Image, on DC, on Marvel. Mm-hmm. It was literally a monopoly, and they treated it like I guess mafia is not exactly the way, but they had a heavy hand, and they could literally tell small independent companies what to do. right? If you didn't follow the rules for Diamond, you were treated like a leper. It was ridiculous.
Maybe this will give opportunity. Sorry,
no, go ahead.
But I think maybe this will give opportunity, maybe to independent companies or other companies that want to fill those gaps, right? Potentially.
Correct. It's actually interesting that you say that, because just prior to Diamond's overall troubles being announced, they actually had opened up more programs for smaller independent creators, right? Much against their original policy. So yeah, things were changing because again they were losing all of their biggest names. They lost Marvel, they lost DC, and then finally they lost Image. Where else were they going to go? They needed to look at like other independents, right? Smaller studios like Boom, right? And other guys like Valiant. You know what I mean? All these other guys who they have dealt with for years, but now are getting more preferred rates.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, it's crazy. But at the end of the day, Danny, what are your thoughts? Was this just time catching up with Diamond, or was it just like tomfoolery and just stupidness that put this whole situation together?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're just going with the times. Things are changing, and prices are changing. Maybe it's affecting their business models and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, is it going to impact stores and collectors and all? I can see it doing that, right? There might be like what's it called? A transitional period of some sort.
I agree.
Right.
I agree. Absolutely. It's the Wild West right now for what we're going through. No, seriously, it's just absolutely bonkers how things.
We need more indie companies doing things, and just filling those, like I said, filling those gaps, right?
Yeah, absolutely. To Vazone, what's going on? To Vazone, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to Vazone. One half of them is right here. Always great to see Vazone in the house.
What up, Vazone?
If you're interested in wonderful toy photography customizations, you should definitely check out their last video where they showcased many of what they were showing at one of the toy shows that they were at. Nice. Cobra Emperor, we had a rain day, so no construction today. Well, brother, you know what? Good for you. Take the day off.
Man. Yeah, relax.
Travis is in the house. Mr. Wonderful, what's going on, bro?
What up, Travis?
We were literally on a live stream with Travis the other day talking about El Dragoon, and it was awesome, right? And Travis, of course, being a little salty, didn't get his consulting fee, so we're gonna have to rectify that. The check is in the mail, Travis.
Love you, brother. Okay. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Cobra Emperor 6, Laser Pants. What's the topic tonight? More Super 7 tariffs. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, that's huge too. Yeah.
Paul Morales. Hey, what's going on, Paul? Good to see you, brother. Skyfall. Everybody saying hi to each other. Always great. Two Vazone. Always loose against that sniper bid. Danny's not wrong, man.
Right?
Danny's not wrong. Literally sneaking in right at the end, just like bang, you're dead. Yeah. Greg Martinez is in the house. What's going on? Good day, chaps. Good day, Greg. Always good to see you.
What up, Greg?
Always good to see you. Wow, worldwide drama. Yes, this is the world. This is the wild world of drama. Just crazy. Trump really screwed up everybody's jobs and economy. Again, it's easy to blame it on one person, but trust me, behind the scenes, it's not just one person. There's
I think he's just a puppet at the end of the day.
I tend to agree.
Remember, guys. World stage.
Danny has big opinions on that. Even in construction, we had a bad year last year, and it seems like this year is not a far off good start. Well, you know what? It's getting hotter. We'll see what happens. Fire nice QOA. Am I reading that right, Danny? Fire nicey QOA. I apologize, unless Danny can do a better job, because I'm not.
Fire nice Q. I don't know.
Firenze? I'm going to say Fire Nice QOA.
Yeah, there you go.
Apologies, my friend. Diamond went bankrupt 6 months ago. Man, that delivered comics in comic book shops now use independent shippers instead of Diamond shipping because it's far cheaper to use an independent shipper. Then they have had to reorganize themselves and figure out what else to do. But Diamond is still very much a huge part of the industry, and will definitely be in the running. And again, it's just you cannot have a distribution system like that and not keep it around. It's impossible. So that's why it's very important that they keep operations going. Mr. Wonderful, I think it's
I'm so laughing. Me too, bro. I'm with you there.
Oh, Danny and Travis had a field day that I guess was it 2 days ago? Oh my God, that was hilarious. Oh, that was fun. But you know what? It makes for good stories, Danny.
Oh man,
It makes for great stories. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun.
I
with
see
that.
a lot of that to my feet.
I think so. I think so. All right, Danny. Well, getting right back into it. Yeah. So this is interesting, and Laser Pants and the 301 podcast brought this up. A lot of toy tubers have actually brought this up. Did you know, Danny, that Super 7's in major trouble right now? It's getting really, really scary. What's happening with Super 7? Massive layoffs.
Oh, the layoffs.
A massive round of layoffs.
Yes.
It's been terrifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying
hearing
what's
a lot
going
about
on. A good friend of the channel, Matt Hatter, has a personal connection to that. His friend was actually one of the people laid off.
Oh shit!
And
Sorry,
everybody seems to be talking about this. It is the scariest time in our toy collecting history that things like that are going to happen. Now, there are a lot of people who are very critical about Super 7, Laser Pants. But you know, we're all as we always like to say here, if it's something that you really love, Danny, you buy it. You know what I mean? Like that's something. Even if it's perceptually more expensive than it should be, you know what? If you like it, you buy it. But you know, toy tubers like Titanium Hanger have talked about the Super 7 downsizing. Toy Anxiety, yes, have some is very concerned about this because again, we're all fans of Super 7 in a lot of ways. Unparalleled Universe, again, Mad Hatter, 301 podcast. A lot of people have been talking about what's been going on with the layoffs for Super 7, and it's got a lot of us very, very concerned. But what are your thoughts, Danny? Like, is this Super 7 being Super 7 and you know just cutting costs, you know, stopping the bleeding before it gets any worse, or was there any other way? Do you think for them to have you know save these jobs? Maybe lower their prices, maybe you know sell off some of their inventory. What are your overall thoughts on the Super 7 situation right now?
You know, they're probably running very, very thin. That's what I'm thinking, right? Potentially, right? They carry a lot of licenses, right?
They do.
So that's not free, right? Obviously, it sucks that people are getting laid off, but the business is reacting probably to the market and. Also, you know, they probably have their own things going on, right? But I bet you the market is, you know, affecting them in a certain way. So, you know.
So that's, I mean, although that makes sense, you're definitely on the right track. However, there have been a lot of indicators as to the fact that Super 7 likes the way they do their business. For example, Super 7 and NECA have a very similar trajectory in terms of like where they started. Their overall licensing strategy is very much the same. You know what I mean? They license big legacy brands. They do a lot of nostalgia brands, right? They do anything from like music to popular culture to cartoons to in some cases they even have done some horror, right? Which if you look at the roadmap that the NECA has done, that's pretty much the same roadmap. Here's the question that a lot of people are wondering: why is it that Super 7 didn't make an earlier effort to get into stores, right?
Who knows? Yeah.
I mean, like for the longest time, they have continued to be a boutique company, pretty much selling direct to its consumer base, right, at very high elevated prices, right? And a lot of people have always been, and some people have been very, very critical about that. I myself would rather pay the $35 for the DX line, right, rather than the $55 for the Ultimates line, right?
Yeah.
It's a system that seems to be catching up with them now, right? Even their reaction line is. By many people's measures, way too inflated, way too overpriced, right? And is like what are your thoughts on that? The fact that they did not decide to go the retail route and just kept going with a more boutique company, you know, early pre-orders, you know, almost like a crowdfunded. In some cases, actually, very much like a crowdfunded way of doing their businesses. Do you think if they actually went into the retail space a little bit earlier, that things could have changed?
I don't know, maybe. They're in a tough market, man, truth, because there are so many other companies making the same figures, you know, so I don't know, man. Yeah, like maybe price point, quality, all that kind of stuff, availability, right? I know sometimes things are pre-ordered like forever, because I know on this end, I see customers pre-order things for Super 7 like a year ago almost. This thing's still not out.
Yeah, there's another problem,
right?
right?
So
Like,
maybe that, I don't know, but I just feel like the market's reacting to them in a sense, and maybe it's affecting their pockets.
Okay.
But
now let's talk a little bit. Now let's get into some more technical parts of their overall business. Their overall Ultimates buck has not changed in the last 10 years. It pretty much is the same. What would I call it? 15 POA, I think, maybe less.
yeah.
Like maybe I think it's less than 20. It's very much less than 20. It's the original Master Universe book that the Four Horsemen had designed like a decade ago, right? Pretty much, right? Is there refusal to move forward with higher articulation, better quality plastics? With arguably, and the proposals that when they show a prototype, when the final product is actually delivered, that it's not what people were expecting necessarily. But because there is no other choice in the market, most people just have to live with it. Do you think that those are some of the things that have impacted them along the way? And again, just the high prices. What are your thoughts?
Well, I would say so for sure. I'm sure a lot of people have been collecting their things for many years. Noticed the change and quality and pricing and availability, and maybe it steered them to buy other things elsewhere, right? So I used to be a collector of Super 7 myself. I collected the turtles, right? That's one of the main turtles in some of the bad guys like Bebop,
Sure.
Rocksteady, Shredder, Splinter, Flip. Anyways, I got all those, and I'm done. They had a turtle van, right?
They did,
which is really cool, but it didn't do it for me, right? The NECA van was actually my favorite, but turtle van. But anyways, so there you go. I went to NECA instead of to Super 7 in that case, right? So maybe that's been going on. So,
and before we move on, the last topic on this portion, realistically, is the actual, which people were laid off. Many artists were actually.
That sucks. For
it
sure.
was.
Sure.
What are your opinions on this? Knowing what Super 7 has delivered in the past, do you think that this will affect their overall aesthetic and the way they actually, create their figures going forward? And is it going to be a real problem for the?
Well, they're doing a cutback, it seems, right? So, yeah, like there's reasons for that, right? And maybe their quality is gonna suffer. Who knows, right? Only time will tell. But at the end of the day, a lot of our friends and community and people, they're being affected, and it sucks, right?
Well, my heart goes out to everybody who has been affected by this layoff. It's always 100%. Terrible when you lose your job. But this is a cause and effect to what's actually happening in the toy industry right now.
Anyway,
right, and I think it does coincide with the 145% tariff, and it's actually really sad that a few days after they announced this, the tariffs there was a moratorium on the tariffs and reduced all the way down to 30%. Right? Do you think that it would have made a difference if it was announced even a few days later, did it? Or do you think this was?
It's weird, man, because these companies are huge. They're ginormous. They're worth probably $1 billion or $2 billion. I don't even know what Super 7's worth, but
I don't think they're $1 billion
or close to it.
Yeah.
They're worth,
Well, I think they're multi.
They're probably in the 8 or 9 figures or something. I don't even know, right? Truth, but I think they did move a lot of product. And
no, for sure, but at the same time, a lot of their product did stay on shelves and actually went on clearance too, right?
So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's a tough game, right? It's a small pond and there's a lot of fish in it, and there's the big ones.
This is true.
So that's where I feel like some independent companies, can prevail, right? Because they're bringing new things to the table, right? That new IPs and that kind of thing, right? Where maybe these Super 7 type companies and NECA and whoever else should maybe look in those directions, right? Look at the independents, maybe try to help out.
Yeah, interesting.
Right? So I don't know. That's just my take.
I was going to ask you that question just now. Do you think that they should have reached out to more original content, and maybe that would have helped them, stay afloat? Is that something? That's,
I think so, man. I don't know. Yeah, because then they're not competing in the same pond at times, right?
Or the licenses are.
and at the end of the day, you're helping out the small guys and the people that are creating cool things. And anyway, so that's why I like Todd McFarlane stuff. Like he started working on the Berserk stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that was kind of an indie, obviously, some Hollywood behind it, right? For sure.
Still made a lot of money,
right? But that's an independent, right? And I feel like if they can do that kind of thing, who's to say another independent company can, like AWOC or whoever else, right? But I don't know. That's just my take.
No, totally, absolutely. I guess time will tell. My
100%.
personal take on this is that Super 7 has a lot of
32 mil.
32 million. See, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was like $1 billion. But
That's okay.
I knew that and they had an infusion of $24 million. No, only three. So there's the other problem. There's another thing that you got to consider. They had an infusion of a $24 million investment. Where did that go, Danny? What happened? And is that just an idea of mismanagement? As a matter of fact, it's my understanding that Brian Flynn might not actually be as secure in his job as he was once. At one point. How do you where does that $24 million investment go? Like, could be taken? It can't be taken back, right? So
I don't know,
what
man.
happens?
But nowadays, 32 million doesn't sound like much. It is for us. It is for sure. But on the grand scheme of things,
with all the licenses that they are responsible for and things like that,
you would think maybe they would.
I totally am on board with you there. That much sounds absolutely true. Psychonauts, what's your favorite figure company? And when it comes to quality and character choices, to the Me, Mezco, 3-0, Hero Toys, Mezco Toys, and Hot Toys.
Nice.
Danny, you want to take a stab at this, or
favorite figure company? Oh, geez. That's a good question, man, because there's so many of them, right? But I do like Bandai Fig Arts is probably one of my favorites because I like anime and I like articulation. Mezco's sick for sure, right? That's probably my top three, I would say. Mayfex, right? They got some sick shit. Even Legends is up there, right? Sometimes. Sometimes.
Anyway. Absolutely. I do have to say that I'm really very partial to Mattel. I mean, like they've been a company for me for the longest time. I really am a Mattel fanboy in a lot of ways. Have they been the best? No. Do they do the best work? Not exactly. But you know what? Honestly, I really am liking where they're going in the new direction. I really want to see what's happening with DC. I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people. I think a lot of people are worried that it's going to be a step back, not a step forward. But you know what? You never know. Things might evolve. I'm really eager to see what they're going to do with the Master Universe movie license. I want to see what's going to happen with that.
That'd be cool.
And I want to see what's going on with the future of the Barbie and the Hot Wheels franchises. Because again, Barbie made $1 billion, Danny, in the box office. So we'll see where that goes. And I love NECA. I don't like their plastic still to this day because it was just a gamble. Whenever you bought NECA product, it was just a gamble, Danny. It was just an absolute, complete, toss of the coin. It just didn't make any sense at one point, right? Seriously, there was a love-hate relationship with NECA for a long time. But I do like NECA and what they do. I'm not really happy with many of their practices these days. I think that they've done a lot of things which are not for the fans. But in terms of like what they offer and what they do and the sculpts and everything that they have going forward, I think it's pretty good. But right now, I can't believe I'm saying this, Danny. I really can't. One of my favorite companies right now is Mondo. Mondo is actually one of my favorite companies. Not only like they're one. I don't collect 1/6, and Mondo got me into it, obviously because of Master Universe. But now that they've announced 1/12, oh my God, Danny, I don't know what I'm going to do. Right? I'm really eager to see what's going to happen with the first Ghostbusters line. Right? Once that will really set the bar for me. What's going on with Mondo? That's what's happening on that front. And then, of course, they have the Master Universe 2000X line. And that,
it's going to be cool.
Just by what it looks like right now, Danny, it is looking boss. And I really want to find out what the heck is happening with that. So, answering your question, Psycho Mantis, those are my favorite toy figure companies at this point. It always changes. It always evolves. Hasbro has always been up there, but at the end of the day, they just do so many bad things. And their quality level has just gone down. Repaints, recolors, reissues. Just I don't know. It's such a thing.
I don't know. I'm starting to love the indie stuff, like Animal Warriors, the Mythic Legions.
I don't disagree.
Who's
but in terms of lines that I will always continue to collect, I think that those are the ones. For sure. If you want to ask me or ask us, what our favorite indie lines are, I think we'll be here for hours. I think,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be
For
too
sure.
much. Greg Martinez, downsizing all these pre-orders. Unfortunately, it has to be. I literally got a pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store. I had to call them and ask them, am I going to hit with tariffs? And luckily, anything that's arrived in the last couple of days, apparently not. So that's what I heard. Please don't quote me on that. If you want to find out more about Big Bad Toy Store right now, give them a call. Tell them that Jay sent you. And the Titans Talking Toys are not too happy. I'm just kidding. Cobra Emperor, I wanted those Back to the Future O-ring figures. Oh, yes. They do look nice, don't they? The Titan. Hey, Super 7 did nothing wrong except for back metal on the Silverhawks and subpar toys in general.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they suck. Titan. Telling it how it is. Telling it how it is.
Well, there you go. That's why things are going the way they are. He told you right there. That's how collectors probably feel. Buying what's that shit?
Jesus.
Sorry.
Danny's just basically decided now. He's
I'm just saying that there's probably more guys that feel like that.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, sorry.
I'm saying Danny has made a decision. This is it.
Thanks.
Jason's Electric. Super 7 reaction plus G.I. Joe line seems like a failure that started with Cobra. Ooh, that's a big one. That is a big one. Yeah. I don't know if it started with. I think a lot of people would argue it started a long time ago. Alejandro Valdez. I'm hoping I still get the poker face Melodia hardware and yes, man. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with the Silverhawks. Silverhawks line is in jeopardy. Truthfully, and with these layoffs, it's going to be.
They should have stayed with Ramen Toy.
It's crazy, right? Yeah, you know what? Maybe they should have. But it's crazy. It's crazy what's happening with that part. With these layoffs, are they going to be able to keep these licenses, right? Because it seems like they're chopping up everywhere, right? So it's going to be crazy. So, Cobra Emperor Super 7 just needs better plastics, like what Delta 17 uses.
Nice.
That's not untrue. Does this tariff mean that Hasbro Transformers crossovers are delayed? I don't know. It's all like as far as I know, and I can't, and don't quote me on this, but as far as I know, it's when it gets on the boat. You are like whatever tariff was enacted at that time is what you will be charged at that time, which is just stupid. Which is absolutely stupid. So everyone's confused. Everybody's confused. Turtles are awesome. Turtles are the property that will not die. Like everybody. How many companies have turtles right now? Like 12? 12 freaking companies have, like, between Funko, between Mezco, between NECA, Super 7, Playmates.
I want to see Revoltech take on Turtles.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Nice. As a matter of fact, the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line from Super 7 has for the first time ever, Danny, new articulation. They got double elbow. They got double elbows, double knees. They got some crazy things going on, but people are complaining already. People are already complaining. It's crazy. The Artisan returns. I noticed the Super 7 retail Mumra was way smaller than the previous Lion-O and Monkian. Really? Is that true? I'm going to have to double check on that because he was massive. Like, that doesn't seem right. Mr. Wonderful, Super 7 is estimated to have an annual sales of 32.9 million. That's a big number. V-Dog, what's going on, brother? How are you doing tonight?
V-Dog.
They had 25 million investment for the Newcastle network. Yes, I know. And wondering where that went. Tool investment for only 25 million. TN noted that I think they have more than that based on the report. So where did all that go? Did they it's really just so weird. Hasbro used to be good, but their quality does they still do good Star Wars? That's arguable. That is arguable. But
I heard otherwise.
I have heard otherwise. I know otherwise. But we got O-ring Star Wars, and then that would be fantastic. That'll never happen. as long as Hasbro owns the O-ring license, the O-ring patent, that will never happen. Mr. Wonderful, AWOC, Savage, and Four Horsemen for me. Absolutely.
Savage, yes.
Savage
Savage
100%. Those guys are killing it. Changing the game, Danny. Changing the game.
Oh, yeah.
Cobra Emperor. I only collect 3 3/4, but I do buy other figures like Ninja Turtles and He-Man, LOL, Star Wars. Yep. Always good, brother. Always good. Sath, the amateur hour. What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
What's up, buddy?
TW. Those 6 or 7-inch figures from Super 7 look good, but those reactions are awful in my opinion. Wow. I do not collect reaction. I just don't. It just doesn't. It never really appeals to me. What time do you guys start? It varies. It varies between. It varies from moment to moment.
It's magical time.
Master Jedi dude. Super 7 but way too many licenses for the current market. There's so much of their junk that never sells. Do you think their music licenses are really killing them at this point, Danny? What are your thoughts on music licenses?
I don't know. I got the Biggie and ODB figures. Those are pretty sick.
Yeah, Biggie turned out way better than I thought.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
like they
Those
don't
boxes
usually do
are
heads
nice.
very nice, but they really did well on Biggie. Mr. Order, liability cost to show profit to investors. That's typically how that works. Just timed it with the tariffs not look so bad. Maybe, but at the end of the day, a lot of people have lost their livelihoods. So the cause and effect is terrible. Shay Reed, I would love some of those DC Robotech figures like
true.
Green Lantern, Hawkman, Nightwing.
Yeah.
The list is endless.
Yeah, he's right. I agree with you, bro.
Well,
yeah.
Maybe it'll get cheaper maybe it'll get better now that the McFarlane is out of the picture. We'll see what happens. It's going to take another half year though, and you and I are going to be able to see it firsthand what their final things at San Diego because we've been invited, Danny, to the McFarlane breakfast. So that's going to be interesting.
Very cool.
Yeah, Danny Green is going to be on scene. Hey, that rhymed.
Yeah, I like it, bro. A little more. Not sorry. Next.
Oh, Danny, I didn't know you cared. We'll have a chat later. Danny,
After hours.
Danny's getting frisky right now. It's
You're dirty, bro. I'm gonna talk to HR. You
jumped on me, bro. It's the other way around. Further into these issues that seem to be plaguing big companies, a little while ago there was a bit of a scare, Danny. It's kind of rectified itself now, but I did want to mention this at least because a lot of toy tubers have been talking about this in the days that it happened. Hasbro took off some pre-orders from Hasbro Pulse.
Really?
They literally said if you actually went through some of the pre-orders on their site, they were temporarily unavailable. So this triggered a lot of speculation as to what's going on over at Hasbro and whether or not things were really in the crapper. As you can see, Jay's collection, Toy Collection UK, talked about it. Our good friend over the Badass Reviews, Carlos talked about it.
Yes.
Retro Blasting has also been on top of that. A lot of different companies are just like, a lot of different toy tubers are just wondering what is actually going on, what the F is happening, right? Even Ghostbusters News, a lot of different toy tubers have been talking about it. Strangely enough, it coincided with the very close to the 140% tariff hike, and then even stranger, Danny. But actually, no, it's not that strange. Actually, literally, as soon as the moratorium on the tariffs was announced, that backed down 30%. All of a sudden, those pre-orders were put back online. So, Danny, what is this? What's with this yo-yo effect? Is this the future of what's happening right now? Every time there's a tariff announcement.
Yes, that's what I feel like. Sorry, not to.
No, go. No,
I feel like they're getting us trained.
Oh shoot!
For like they're gonna want to turn shit off and on like a light switch. Today's this. Oh, you're being bad. Off. It's gonna cost you more today.
It's like the gas company. You know how the gas company?
Yeah, man. Everything's gonna be like that.
I'm
telling you, man.
You wait for the long weekends for the gas to go down.
Those theories you're talking about, they're right there.
This is crazy. And of course, with companies like Big Bad Toy Store now saying that, depending on what happens, you might be subject to tariffs. It could happen anytime, right?
I don't know, man.
What's your overall level of the confidence of this? Like, does it give you any confidence that to start buying, pre-orders and everything like that? Because again, you order it today, but by the time it arrives, something might be completely different, Danny. What are your thoughts? I mean, you deal with this every day, like 100%. Right at this point. What are your thoughts right now? Has it really impacted us at this stage here?
Again, not 100%, but it has, right? You just gotta try to work around it as best as you can. Put it that way, and try to find alternatives to shipping and those kind of things, right? Because there are some solutions at times, depending on where you're at and what you're shipping, right? So, but yeah, it sucks that we have to keep pivoting based on the changes, and we don't know what's going to come tomorrow, right? But just got to take it,
or if it's going to come tomorrow.
Yeah, true. We got to take it one day at a time, but I feel like at the same time, to not overreact, right? But be aware, right? Be aware, and just keep your eyes open, and maybe be prepared, right?
Hmm.
In a sense.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely. And but you know what you can rely on, Danny? You can always rely on the fact that Titan Toys and Danny Green will be there to support all the toy collectors
it.
out
You
there.
got it. Yes.
There's a lot of things going on here in Canada, but rest assured, we will be able to get you your toys somehow, and we will figure it out. And of course, if you spend over $250 or more on shipping, you can receive free shipping within Canada and the United States. But over the next coming weeks, do check in with Titan Toys to find out what the situation with that is, because as everybody knows, this new situation
next hurdle.
Yeah, let's put it that way. The Canada Post strike looms on all of us, just like those damn tariffs. So we definitely have to keep an eye on that one. But guys, do not fear. You can continue to order from TitanToys.com, and we will take your orders and let you know beforehand what's happening with Titan Toys as those situation develops. And we're getting a lot of new pre-orders coming in, guys, as always. And of course, you will be informed ahead of time what is happening, if there are any tariffs involved or anything of that nature. But for now, it's ordering as usual. We have some really cool stuff coming in. What the heck are Pop Marts, Danny? What is that?
It's Labubu.
Labubu.
You don't know
the monsters? Didn't they have little thumbs that you could stick in their
in their butt?
That reminds me of like those little mochis. Remember mochis?
Yeah.
They remind me of mochis. So this is the Labubu, the monster big intro into the energy plushie. $71 for each of these different variants, all across. They look like nightmarish little devil creatures, Danny. Holy crap! Do you remember Critters?
Yeah, yes. They got the kind of like, you're right.
These guys look like cute critters.
Cute critters.
Oh wow, the Revtech Amazing Yamaguchi Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge Kasumi, and Razor's Edge Ryu Hayabusa have been put up for pre-order. We talked about that about 2 weeks ago. They look awesome, Danny.
I bet you Shay's getting them.
Oh, I can almost guarantee it.
I'm getting them too, bro. Don't worry.
SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Gav is also available for pre-order. Man, that's a lot of bling he's got on. He looks awesome. Are you a fan again of Kamen Rider, Danny?
Sometimes. It depends on the figure. It depends on the the series.
Depends on the day of the month.
Yeah.
And of course, the Joy Toy is getting getting into the SNK game.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's crazy. Are these what's the size? Danny, can you tell me what the size on these guys are? Is it,
I think they're the what are they?
Are they're the same size as the turtles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's
so they're like a little under 3.75 inch.
Yeah, there you go.
Just slightly bigger.
What's cool is that you'll be able to put them facing each other, which is kind of
That's neat.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and obviously look at those poses. Like these these are pretty
Joy
good.
Toy kills it.
We have Benimaru and Kyo, and of course we have Garo Daimo.
They all have effect parts and super articulated.
Parts.
Yeah.
Man, they look really, really cool. That's awesome.
No, they're nice.
Definitely check those guys out. $44 USD. Great price for these guys. We have from NECA, we have the Mirage April, looking so cool. The black and white Casey Jones. These blokies are growing on me, Danny.
Yes.
They are growing on me like crazy, especially this particular Soundwave. Guys, do not miss out on this Bloki Soundwave. He's going to be a hot item very, very soon. $47 here at Titan Toys. And then we have the blind boxes as well. Those are a lot of fun. I suggest you buy the entire box. That way you get every single one of them.
Yeah.
The boxes, they're not, we are selling the boxes, the whole box. But right now, individually, they're $11 each.
Correct.
Right? But you can buy the whole box. Turn A Gundam. Wow, man, that's a blast for the past. Holy crap. I have one of the original ones of that.
Yeah.
And of course, we got some Gunpla. Are these Gunpla, Danny, or are these model?
These are all Gunpla. Yeah, they're all model kits. Yeah, master grade, real grade, high grade.
Great stuff. Very exciting. Right. If you were into model kits, there it is. And of course, we do have the Grim Knight versus Killer Croc Dark Multiverse McFarlane Collector's Edition 2-pack. Man,
that's pretty cool. Look at
that. He's not going quietly. He is literally going out with a bang, Danny.
What would you do? I'd do the same thing.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, man.
I would get out as many as I can. Just put it on the docket. At least if it's on the docket.
You know what, man? I have a new respect for McFarlane because his product does very well here at Titan Toys.
Absolutely.
So that means there's a lot of collectors and a lot of people like their stuff. And
sure.
And as do I at times, right? So
you can tell them that yourself when we see him at San Diego. Danny.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually,
our buddy Claudio works.
Try to get a pitch in there for another property that we know.
That's exactly. play nice, bro.
Yeah,
That for the same reason.
Danny will be the good cop. I'll be the bad cop. It'll be fine. I don't mind doing that. There's another monsters. These ones are little keychains. God dang, they're adorably sinisterly evil. God, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. And believe it or not, people are buying these, man.
Absolutely,
they're moving,
dude,
which is hilarious.
Mochis were the biggest thing in the 80s, man. They were crazy. Kraken Studios 1/12 scale Crime Buster Advanced Edition. Who the heck is Crime Buster, Dan? Who the heck is Crime Buster?
It's not Punisher.
I wonder who that is. He
looks
kind of
sick,
cool though.
But look at that. Like he's got armor. Look at the sword. The axe.
What's with the medieval crap?
This is the kind of stuff I like, man.
Dude, this guy looks freaking awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
This is what we want Legends and Mezco to have, and Mezco is very close to this for sure. But,
and of course, the pre-order for the Marvel Legends Lizard, who was pretty cool, man. Like I didn't mind him. If you're into trading cards, we got tons of those. And of course, if you guys are interested, there is the and in stock, we got a lot more in stock figures, guys. We got back in stock Studio Series Voyager class Scrapper. I saw I think there was an image leaked online for the full Devastator.
Looks good.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Looking crazy. Mayfex 2099 Spider-Man 2099.
That thing's hot right now.
He looks amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, Danny's favorite, the Lead Generation Medical Machine.
What's my favorite?
For Time Machine Nations, making Danny a lot of money.
Oh, man.
People were just begging Danny for this one.
Yeah.
But it's available here at Titan Toys for hot off the truck.
Yeah.
Grab it right now.
It didn't fall off the truck. It's hot off the
comic book. It didn't fall off the truck. It did not fall off. It's fine. The Commando Snake Eyes. He looks badass. Dude.
Yeah.
He looks freaking badass. 1/6 scale Commando Snake Eyes. $190. Great price.
He's Commando? I don't.
Commando. He's the Commando.
Yeah.
We also got the Platinum Edition Scareglow, the freaking Hulk Buster from DLX. This thing's massive, Danny.
Yeah.
This thing's huge. Bigger than Hulk. Bigger than everybody. Right? And this one's $365 USD. These are in stock right now, right?
Yeah.
And this is tariff. If I'm not mistaken, this is tariff free.
It's tariff free.
This is tariff free, everybody. God, I hate that word. We got Luffy, we've got Lionel from Mondo, and we got those big arm Popeyes, man. Jeez Louise, just crazy. Definitely head over to Titan Toys, check out our newest arrivals, guys. And of course, if you are if you can qualify for buy now, pay later, it's a great program that we have. You do have to qualify for it, but if you do, you can buy as many toys as you want and put them away. You can buy as many of those toys you want and not have to pay until later before they ship. It's going to be great. Speaking of shipping, Danny, if you are wanting to qualify for the $250 threshold for shipping, but don't want to buy too many toys right now, you can keep buying toys and pick them up using our hoarding program. So basically, you keep buying toys at any price, and once you hit that $250 threshold, you will qualify immediately for the free shipping. So great stuff all around. And Danny, we have multiple ways of earning points, which you can grab for brand new action figures along the way here at Titan Toys. It's a great points program. Danny, how can people earn points at Titan Toys? How many ways are there to earn points?
There's several. First, you sign up, of course, right? Get those 200 points.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, right. And then you can place orders, of course, and you get 2 points for every dollar spent. Wow. I don't think anybody does that.
I don't think anybody does do that. That's pretty good.
And then, of course, you follow us on our socials, TikTok, X, Facebook, and Instagram. And you'll get 100 points per platform.
Amazing. And those all can be accumulated for free action figures somewhere along the line.
You got it.
Guys, we want to thank Titan Toys for sponsoring this episode. It's always great to be here, and thank you, Danny, for that wonderful recap.
Anytime.
It just continues to get crazy out there, guys. So companies like Titan, please support companies like Titan Toys who continue to bring great action figures and try to make this a little bit more bearable for these crazy dark times, Danny. Dark times. It's absolutely
too dark. It's too dark. I can't see.
Just absolutely nuts. Wow. Thanks, guys, for joining us. A lot more comments in the chat. The Titan. Hey, Super 7 did nothing wrong. Oh, no, I already read that one. No. Yeah, I already read that one. Sorry about that. Mr. Wonderful. It's Awok, Savage, and Four Horsemen Free. Absolutely, those are wonderful toy
So
companies
good,
all year,
yeah.
all year round. South the Amateur Hour, yeah, it's like magic. If you're meant to find the stream, you do. Last I found said, "Hey, streaming, 2 a.m." Yes, I tend to do that. Unfortunately,
This guy doesn't sleep.
I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry, Mr. Wonderful. What's killing them is the IP. The license fails, falls flat, and compared to other companies. See what Jax is doing with Simpsons. You know what? You're not wrong. But you know what? I think the Super 7 Simpsons line was doing really well, actually, at one point, Danny. Did you pick up any of the Super 7?
Not the super. They were cool though. I did like them. I just it's one of those pick your poison scenarios. And when I didn't pick.
This is true. A lot of poison going around. Andrew Davis, yeah, the in-stock price increases, which seems rather fishy. Yes.
Oh yeah,
so that was
that was
another really weird scenario where, the in-stock tariff increase, which was just strange, Danny. That was just like why? I think it was a clerical error. I think that it was just something that they did across the board for the entire website. But yeah, very, very strange. Wow, Dave.
Hope.
The only good thing about the reaction figures is the artwork. Oh, crap. Decorate my wall with the turtles. Most of the ultimates have been on display in package lately. But I think that was part of their strategy. I think they wanted people just to like wallpaper their walls with the reaction figures. I think that's actually one of the things. Mm-hmm. Ghostbusters was cool. I did buy the O-ring ones. They were really nice. The O-ring Ghostbusters. They were really, really cool. Meg, Hasbro isn't as flexible in the position as Mattel is to handle tariffs. But why do you say that, Meg? I'm curious where that comes from. I'm not understanding how they can be more flexible or less flexible than Mattel. Please elaborate for us. Two Bad Zone. Taking a break from new online pre-orders, I'm wondering what will happen to the orders already in place. So some companies have actually gone on record to say that they will not charge additional tariffs on already placed orders, like Mondo. But as we just mentioned earlier, Super 7, even having said that, on their site, did actually increase prices for a time. So it's an ever evolving situation. I don't know what to think about that. It's pretty crazy. Artemis Prime 1982. I already have my SH figure at Tsunade. Not a massive Naruto fan, but there's 106 reasons why I got it. Really, 106 reasons. Okay.
What are they?
Oh my gosh! If you get the choke, you're cultured. There you go. There you go. The Titan. I wasn't going to say it, but you guys can read that one. That's definitely not a bust on having that figure. There you go. Rhodos Prime. The Titan gets it.
Yeah, he does for sure. For sure. That's how he rolls. We appreciate you, brothers.
The Baz 1500. I'm glad McFarlane got the Batman movie waves out of the way before losing the license. I'm pretty happy about that too. Two Baz Zone. McFarlane is a genius in my opinion. Some action figures are not quite right, but are always great for customizers. You know what? That's definitely one place. That's definitely one way.
And they got good price points for the most part.
Absolutely,
right?
No. They're still they still are very competitive in that market for sure. I totally agree with that. Kyle, I need that Mayfix Spider-Man 2008. Hook me up, Danny.
I got you, bro.
Danny's got you hooked up. Yeah, you're all good. You're all good. Emperor. Laser Pants, leave the chat before we had a chance to respond to him. You never know. He's a busy man. I mean, we were on here for lunch and he just happened to drop by. So, Laser Pants, if you're here, people are calling out for you, brother. We need new D&D love, the ferocious fangs, and the cool demons and dragons. Yes, it seems like NECA has also kind of has stopped the overall D&D line as well, which is strange. Unfortunate as well. I would have liked to see the rest of it for the LJN inspired figures. The Titan. Be sure to tariff the like button. Right. Thank you, Titan. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Please, guys, hit that like button. We really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. All right, guys. One more thing I wanted to touch on before we start winding it down. Thank you guys again for joining us tonight. Here's a little bit of something which I think all of us can appreciate, actually. So, speaking about, sorry about that guy. Speaking about what companies are doing to try and stave off elimination and the whole situation with the tariffs. According to the Globe and Mail, Mattel is advocating for 0 tariffs on toys, Danny.
As they should.
As they should. 100%.
Everybody should.
I think everyone should. I think that this is a great idea. I mean, toys, like, I mean, as I said earlier, toys are a luxury. But if you think about the bigger scale of toys, like, we as collectors in this action figure community, we love toys. Everybody loves toys, right? But the reality is that, and people laugh at this and whenever I say it, but kids do play with toys. Now they age out a lot faster now, right? They age out a lot faster, but kids do play with toys. So companies like Mattel, companies like Hasbro, the really big companies that actually manufacture toys, Jack Pacific, all these guys who are like Playmates, all these guys who really rely on the idea that kids are the number one market for toys, really need this sort of idea. And when you think about it, parents do really rely on toys to entertain their kids while they're doing their stuff. So it wouldn't surprise me, and of course it doesn't surprise me, that Mattel, of all companies, would advocate for zero tariffs on toys amid plans for price hikes. So this was written by Tip Ranks on Wednesday, May 7th. Barbie Mattel maker CEO Jan Kreitz, I believe I'm screwing that up, but my apologies, my friend. It is advocating for zero tariffs on toys amid plans for price increases on U.S. toys last week. Protect your portfolio. Mattel's Q1 sales were $826.6 million, which rose 2% year over year and beat analyst forecast of $786 million. Similarly adjusted to losses per share. Blah 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 blah. Basically, they had a pretty good year last year, and now they're very much bracing for a global crisis for tariffs going crazy. Nearly 50% of Mattel's global sales come from the U.S., while it imports nearly 20% of the goods sold domestically in China. And of course, this escalating trade war is poised to make these goods significantly more expensive. In response, Mattel said that it will reduce imports from China to less than 50% by the end of 2026. Holy crap. That's crazy. Further below the 10% by the end of 2027. Moreover, Mattel plans to move production of roughly 500 toys from China this year, while it had already moved production of about 280 toys from the mainland last year. Danny, this means that we might see a lot more manufacturing come back to the United States, or perhaps companies like Taiwan, which Mattel already uses, but then they're getting taxed as well. India, maybe, and also Mexico. I think that manufacturing is going to come back to North America once again, which is absolutely crazy.
Isn't that the plan? Or the idea, I guess.
And I hate to say it, but that's actually what I believe President Trump was hoping to do, to bring back manufacturing to America. So interesting. Questions about the stock buying, but for us, the question, the overall idea that Mattel advocating for zero tariffs on toys is a big deal. As a matter of fact, Danny, the Global Toy Association leads global toy in advocating for tariff-free toys. This is starting a movement, Danny. This is something that did start all the way back in March, but this has continued to actually evolve. And this article goes to us by the Toy Association. This actually is starting now as a small movement within the toy tuber community as well as other content creators. As Toy Shiz put this not too long ago on his Instagram page, zero tariff for toys. It's had a bit of a slow start, Danny, but I think a lot more toy tubers are going to start really advocating for this. Griff Ryder has also retweeted this, and a lot liked by multiple different toy tubers as well. As a matter of fact, DJ the Collector has also reposted this as well. Along with My Figure Universe saying zero tariffs on toys. I might actually do this myself, Danny. I think that it's probably going to be a really good idea.
They're being like the truckers.
I am totally unified in a single message.
We'll go to the parliament.
100%. Absolutely. I totally agree. Dan, what are your thoughts on this movement for zero tariffs on toys? I mean,
it's good, man.
Goes without saying, but at the end of the day, what are your thoughts?
Hey, man, it's getting attention, and that's the idea, right? So, yeah, it's a good idea. Why not? Right?
I mean, if a company as big as Mattel is really bringing awareness to this, I think that if many of us as toy tubers and content creators were to sort of unify in this idea that there should definitely be zero tariffs on toys, and not just for us, but again for the kids. Well, somebody please think about the children. Like, honestly, I think it's very important. Toys are very essential in terms of like raising children and keeping keeping them entertained during the day. I think it's a very important message, and toys are very wholesome, and they are important as a as a cultural aspect to our whole society. I think it's very important to continue this idea. Um, I think I'll do that. I should have done this a long time ago, Danny. I'm not even thinking. Now that I think about it, I should have done that a long time ago. I should have retweeted this. I should have joined as a one unified idea, and that's why I'm speaking about it right now. I think that the message was received a week late, but I think that it's something that's very important and that we should unify ourselves and really
maybe highlight the like in these posts to highlight, how it's affecting people in a sense,
Yeah,
right? Like you said, it like kids, right?
yeah.
Our parents rely sometimes on toys to help our children or their kids and that kind of thing, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Toy Shiz highlights a whole bunch of different points here for small businesses, for large businesses, collectors, both casual and crazy. You know it, Danny. Children of any age, the nerds, the fans, the artists,
exactly.
the designers, the painters, the sculptors, the dreamers of all things fun. Hashtag keep tariffs off toys. Hashtag zero tariffs on toys. You know what, Danny? I'm on this. I'm definitely going to be retweeting this today. I'm going to be advocating for this as well. I mean, if we see Spiro Toys on this, we see action figure buyers, a lot of different toy tubers who we're friendly with. Vaz,
get on it.
Vaz is on there. Same thing with Matt Hatter. Like, I think this is a message which we should all be on top of, because this affects us directly as a toy community, and I think it's very important. And again, it was started pretty much expectedly by the Toy Association globally, as well as Mattel. And you know what? I think we should definitely be putting our money where our mouth is, Danny, and just continue to push this message that toys should have zero tariffs.
100%.
And unfortunately,
everything, man.
Everything. No, Danny's not wrong. There should be no tariffs. There should be absolutely no
zero. Like,
there should be no tariffs. But we don't live in a world. We live in a world which is pretty much going to resist that, Danny. Unfortunately,
they want your money.
They want their money, guys. TW. All right. Even with the tariff, I'll press the like button. Thank you, TW. Appreciate that, brother.
Thanks.
Meg. I think Mattel manufactures like in 6 different countries, while Hasbro is like 2 or 3. Okay. Now I see where you're coming from, Meg. Now I understand where you're coming from. Interesting. A little bit more diversification would make sense. Cobra Emperor G.I. Joe O-Ring Collector Delta 17. Can't Super 7 invest in its own cool toy line, Slayers, Dragons, and newer line of DVD, which is exactly what Danny and I just mentioned. If they actually would go and expand into more independent lines, maybe they would have a less hard time with this and possibly could have saved those jobs. The Titan, TW, that's the spirit. Rhinos Prime. So Hasbro making Transformers crossover with Zoids and Macross, yet no prototype leaks on the Mobat, Optimus Prime, or Vamp Hound. Come on, Hasbro. Yeah, things are going kind of crazy. King Pandora, good to see you, Noel.
What up,
Mr. J, big time Daddy G.
What up, brother?
What does G stand for? Gangsta?
That's right, y'all. A G.
Daddy Green.
I'm an OG.
He likes the green. Hashtag El Dragoon Toys in 2025. We're gonna close off with that, actually, you guys. Thank you again for everything. The Titan. Parents use iPhones to entertain the kids, which is fitting because iPhones are toys. Well, to a degree, they still do use toys in very much the same degree, especially when they're really young. Very good. Dre the Geek Dad is in the house. What's going on, Dre?
What's up, Dre?
Good to see you, brother. TW. Manufactured old African toy lines not going back to America. It's way too expensive there. Not if enough jobs are made. Not enough if enough jobs are made. It will bring it down if more people start to support it. Regulus. Am I right? Regulus. Okay, Regulus. Factories will come within 4 years. He will be gone and tariffs will be removed. Yeah, that is not untrue too. But with investment in the actual thing, I don't think they're going to take them out very quickly, because that's millions of dollars, billions of dollars being put into infrastructure. So, CW, of course, people like a zero tariff on toys in that image, just like the potheads will like anything that says zero tariff on weed. He's not wrong, but still, the message is important. It's more about the message than anything else.
Yeah.
The Titan, if the intention is to replace income tax with the revenue generated from tariffs, they're not going away. Yeah, a lot of people have a misconception of what tariffs actually are. Core Emperor, laughing my butt off. Tariffs just make everything you buy even more expensive, so having an income tax on everything is stable. Some people would argue with you on that too, brother. There's a whole situation on all of that stuff. Danny and I got into it a little bit earlier. Regulus, they're not letting China to progress as they are now because everything is made there. So tariffs is complete for companies to stop spending money and IP there. Interesting. And the Titan, Cobra Emperor, true, but only on what you buy from abroad. Again, fascinating. And it will this whole situation will continue to evolve and continue to develop. And unfortunately, Danny, until that happens, we are stuck in the middle, and collectors are the ones who are also suffering. But there are more important things in the world, guys. A lot of conflicts happening and a lot of things that we can't control. At the end of the day, take care of yourselves, take care of the people who are important to you, and honestly, stay and watch out for each other. We as a community here in the toy community are trying to support each other. And we at Titan Toys are doing our best to make sure that you guys are feeling the pinch less and less and less. Once again, guys, we want to thank Titan Toys for sponsoring this episode. Please head over to TitanToys.com, the wonderful toy, your wonderful resource for toys throughout this entire situation for the tariffs. We're doing our best to keep toy prices down. And of course, we have wonderful sales that are happening right now. Please head over to the sales page on Titan Toys. You can find some amazing opportunities, amazing deals on discounted items. Modulock is on there. Wow. I've been waiting for Modulock for a long time. He's on there on sale. $44 now for $48 USD. Great price. We also got the Marvel Nightcrawler. This he wasn't too long ago. That was like only a few months ago that he was listed. Right? Down $27, down from $30. A great price. We also have Clone Captain Rex is on sale from Ahsoka. That's pretty cool. $33, $30 down from $33 on sale right now. We also have there's Wheelie again, and we also have the Missing Link Cliff Jumper. I didn't see him last time. Man, he's all the way down from $59 down to $37. Great price. Literally a cappuccino from Japan. He is not a Volkswagen, guys. That is a misconception. Figure Dan is sold out, man. That really got me that time.
Yeah, that was the other show. Yeah,
that was hilarious, man. Yeah. But one of the Ahsoka troopers came back. Not too many of these guys left around. I'm telling you, $9 USD for that. Time to build your army, Danny. Not too many left of those.
Oh, and use my code. You'll save another 5%.
Correct.
Danny Green at checkout.
There we go. That's the way, Danny. Oh man, the Mandalorian Super Commando has sold out, Danny. Whew. This sale is going crazy. Din Djarin is still up for $9.
Yeah.
The Baroness is still holding on. I can't believe it. $11 for the Baroness. And the DC Multiverse for Batman Forever scale, 7-inch scale, Lights and Sound with Alfred figure, $110 all the way down from $124. Oh my gosh. Dude, wow. The freaking Sentinels. Now is the time to buy these Sentinels, everybody. Hasbro Marvel Sentinels, Hasbro exclusive. Down $88 all the way up from $95 all the way down to $88 USD. You got to start building your Sentinel army. This is the time to do it, everybody. Holy crap! And let's just go to a few more pages and see. Talk about Super 7 as we always do. We do have tons of Super 7 figures on sale. $22 for Captain Cracker. G.I. Joe fans, Duke, Cobra Commander, the Bat are all. Well, actually, the Bat is sold out. Danny, the Bat is sold out. The army building continues here at Titan Toys. Cobra Commander, $44. He's a great figure, by the way. I have him. Duke is also a wonderful figure. Wonderful sculpts off the line. And if you are into reaction, here they are. All the way down to $4 USD, guys. This is one heck of a crazy, crazy sale. Scarlet, the Baroness first blue suit. Destro, Tracker Quinn. I have no idea who that guy is. But he's $4 USD. Might as well grab him now. And first appearance of Snake Eyes, $4. Unfortunately, Mayfex doesn't stick around at all. No, they go fast and furious. But guys, definitely check out the sale that's happening right now on TitanToys.com. The terrifying tariff-free sale is going on right now. And you can pick up Super 7 Doc, Super 7 Scarlet for only $59, down from $66 USD. Scarlet Style all the way down to $52 USD. You can pick up Ivor from Assassin's Creed for $210. Sonic the Hedgehog is on sale. Same thing with Mayfex Avengers Infinity War. He's still available. I'm surprised. $219 down to $183 for Iron Man for the Infinity War. We got the Ironmonger and 6-inch figure, $59.
Sold out.
Oh man, dang.
Yeah.
You're just crazy. Things are going crazy, guys. You gotta catch them while you can. Masterpiece MP26 Road Rage, all the way down to $66. Where are you gonna get a Masterpiece Transformer for $66? Guys, some really great sales happening right now. Oh, Krampus is sold out. I can't believe it. I was expecting that to be on there for a while, but he is sold out.
Figure.
McFarlane's Batman Year 2 is sold out. We're getting a lot of things are just starting to really move, guys. And of course, we still have the Mythic Legion sale. It's Mega J's Horsemen. If you want to save additional on the 4 Horsemen, guys, check it out. They are amazing figures. Danny can attest to this. We were at LegionCon just last year, and these guys are bonkers. You can even pick up, my goodness, check. This is probably the best deal. If anybody has been thinking about a Carbonics Blitzway Voltron, this is a steal, Danny. This is an absolute robbery. Blitzway Voltron diecast, originally priced at $1,021 USD, is all the way down to $875 USD for
Only
Voltron, Defender of the Universe.
Yeah,
I can personally vouch for this being one of the best Voltrons ever.
Yeah.
Don't miss out on that one, dude. I mean, Ray Fillet's already sold out. Imagine this one actually gets sold out. I'm surprised the 112 collection G.I. Joe Mezco Destro, excellent figure.
Yeah.
Excellent figure, is on sale. Still available. $121 USD down to $103 USD. Guys, don't sleep on this. Oh, and speaking of the devil, there is the Ninja Turtles Turtle Van, and this is incredible. What a great price.
Oh, yeah.
Original listed at $576 USD all the way down to $346 USD. If you've been on the fence for the Turtle Van, I think we're going to end it here, Danny. This thing's incredible. Head over to TitanToys.com right now. It is available for a seasonal payments of only $91 USD in 4 equal payments, Danny. This is amazing. Mm-hmm. I have not seen a deal like this in a long time. That is literally $200+ off, Danny. That's crazy. That is absolutely bonkers. That is a steal. Guys, you can save.
What? Oh, you can save 5%, man, with my code Danny Green at checkout.
There you go, guys. Thank you, Danny. Always appreciate that. Guys, please follow Danny Green on all of his socials. Danny! Yeah. Oh, we want to thank Titan Toys for sponsoring this episode.
Of course.
It's been absolutely incredible. Danny, I want to thank my good friend Danny Green for hanging out with me. Danny, it's been amazing. What are you working on, Danny? How can people contact you? And what else can we expect from Titan Toys in the next coming weeks? What's going on?
What are we working on? El Dragoon.
We are working on El Dragoon. I'm going to bring that up. Keep going.
All right. So we're working on our project, El Dragoon. We're deep into the book right now. We're working on the first 15 pages. So stay tuned as we're going to have some more content to show you guys. What else? And just working away at Titan Toys as usual with operations, that kind of thing. Working on the YouTubes here and there. You can find me at Danny Green Collects on YouTube and Instagram. And reach out if you guys have any questions about anything regarding Titan Toys or El Dragoon or whatnot. And we got some shows coming up too. We'll be at next show is the Burlington Collector Con, which is June 8th. And then Awesome Toy Show, June 21st. And I think after that, what's SDCC maybe?
Yeah, maybe we're going to SDCC.
And you're at Joylanta. You're at Joylanta, but anyways.
I will be at Joylanta. Yes. Yeah. No, sorry, I'll be at Joe Fest.
Joe Fest. My bad. So, anyways, outside of that, that's what's up. Stay tuned, guys.
Guys, please follow our good friend Danny Green Collects on Instagram, and definitely check out our newest project, which is coming up very, very soon. El Dragoon, the story of Juan, who is a luchador wrestler. It's a little bit of a combination of Dragon Ball and luchador wrestling. We were at multiple. We're showing up at multiple different conventions, including our time over at Toying Around Con with Kevin and the Toying Around crew. Those guys were awesome. Check out our interviews with Kevin and also with Travis, the Mr. Wonderful. We did a wonderful behind the mask episode of El Dragoon the comic with Toy Deet, the Takeover. You guys should definitely check those guys out. It was amazing. You can see all those episodes on Danny Green's channel, which is Danny Green on YouTube. Danny Green Collects on YouTube. Definitely give him a like and a follow and tell him Jay sent you.
Thanks,
Jay. Danny, thank you so much for hanging out with me, man. It's always a pleasure. Just before we log off, guys, I did want to actually give everybody a heads up. The Master of the Universe movie, the one that I actually truly believe in, because I'm not having much faith in the other movie, Fall of Grayskull 2 is in its last 10 days of funding. They're only 20,000 away from their goal, and it just went up. We saw that just now. So guys, definitely give them a like and a follow. They have 10 days left to go. This is an amazing project by some wonderful creators. This is a passion project for them. Daniel Benedict and his team are working so hard for this project. And once again, I want to really quickly, since we are logging off right now, I want to show you guys a clip from the trailer, because I think everyone should definitely support this project. It's really, really cool, done by some amazing people, and the passion behind this. We really need to support this project because, as I said earlier, I truly believe in this Master Universe project, the Fall of Grayskull 2. It's you guys know how I feel about. I don't want to say it. The current movie that's actually being produced right now. So guys, let's take a quick look at the Fall of Grayskull 2. What does going on? Let's take a quick look at the Fall of Grayskull 2 trailer.
The trailer.
And you guys can support this project on Kickstarter. It really is amazing. And what's going on here? Sorry, guys. Just taking a really quick look here. Whoa, what happened? I lost my place. This is always fun. I don't know why everything's failing right now.
Yay.
Why is there no audio? What the heck? Okay, that's weird. Well, that's disappointing.
Next.
Anyway, guys, for whatever reason, the audio just died. It's not working. So you guys can watch the trailer, The Fall of Grayskull 2, on... Why is... Now this is...
Put it in the chat. Put a link in the chat.
Yeah, I put a link in the chat. And why is it stop? What the hell?
Is it there? Okay.
Yeah. This just decided to... Technical difficulties. Everything just decided to die on us. Lots of fun. Don't embarrass me at all, internet. But anyway, guys, please check out The Fall of Grayskull 2. You will love the trailer because it is amazing if you could hear it. But definitely check them out. They're trying to raise $60,000 for their goal to make this movie. They've already raised $40,000 of a $60,000 goal. Definitely give them a like and follow, guys, and tell them that Jay sent you. And Jay and Danny sent you the Titans Talking Toys. Danny, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. It's been an absolute pleasure. Last comments before we log off, guys. Thank you again for joining us. It's been amazing. Travis, Mr. Wonderful, I think you could argue that removing all the taxes we pay here today to replace with the tariff tax would be all the way to go. It would essentially be consumption tax, but if you're saving elsewhere. I am confused by that whole freaking paragraph, brother. You're going to have to explain it to me because I just do not understand economics to that level. But Travis understands it somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how it actually comes up. Anyway, Cobra Emperor, you're sending way more on the. Okay, this is gonna be a whole thing. Tariffs aren't sustainable, and when you never have a sustainable trading market, then there are no investments. Interesting. TW, those prices on the reaction figures, is that the amount you receive if you take one? Danny, that's just. We're not paying you to take them away, dude. You gotta pay. You got $4. Come on, come on, dude. Co-Ripper, I brought the Playmates van. It was priced correctly. Well, yeah, because it's not the right size for a 6-inch character, bro. But I hear you. The Titan, great show, guys. Viva la El Dragoon. Yes, thank you, my friend. We are very excited about it. The Titan, always great to see you, Titan. Cobra Emperor, you guys are so lucky to go to Joe Fest. We're not gonna have fun there. We're gonna be working. It's
fun.
It's still gonna be fun. It is still gonna be fun. It is always gonna be fun. Be able to hang out with all you guys. That's what makes it fun. Alejandro, if El Dragoon becomes a toy line, what scale will it be, Danny? And Origins, Masterverse? What are we looking at?
That's a good question. I don't know, between 6 and 7 inch.
There you go.
112, right?
Probably Masterverse scale, which would be awesome. The Titan, quick, Danny, hum there so there's a music with the trailer.
Too late, bro.
And to that zone, El Dragoon coming soon. Yes,
soon.
It is very very soon. Guys, thank you for hanging out with us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, Danny. And I hope to see you this weekend. We're going to hang out a little bit with Danny Green. Guys, this is myself, Mega J Retro, and Danny Green, the Titans Talking Toys. We hope you're all doing well, and we will see you guys next time. Good journey, everybody. Be proud.
Have a good one. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning.